All right, folks. So this video is going over the Madea Destination Wedding trailer that dropped several days ago. To avoid the good old copyright strike or, just having my video demonetized, I will leave a link to the full trailer in the comment section below. That video has over 1 million views, so there is a very good chance you have seen it already, but you know how I do. Go check out the full trailer, come back and watch the breakdown. Now, the movie's coming out in less than a month. July 11th is when the movie will drop on Netflix. And simply put, it's just a comedy. I mean, there does seem to be like an underlying theme of some sort of deception or mystery, because Madea is, well, I can't believe it, one of, if not the only character with some sense, because she just feels something isn't right. Now, the synopsis for the movie is Tiffany introduces her boyfriend slash fiance, Xavier, inviting the family to the Bahamas for a wedding that's about to go down in about 2 weeks. And from there, Deborah appears to have everything under control. The vacation is hitting some turbulence with Madea, who isn't really ready to leave the country. Brian isn't, 100% on board with his daughter's hasty wedding or her immature fiance. Tiffany starts to doubt Xavier as they get closer to the wedding day, and Deborah's acting out of character. The whole wedding smells suspicious, and all Brian wants to know is whether or not this is really what it appears to be. So, based on the synopsis combined with the trailer, Brian and Madea are both like, okay, something ain't right about here. What's going on? Now, we start off the trailer with Tiffany, Xavier, and Deborah over at Madea's house. We got Brown, we got Bam, we got Madea and Brian in attendance, and Joe's there too. And Tiffany is just excited to invite the family to the destination wedding at the Bahamas. Now, Cora mentions like, okay, well, we got to get prepared, get these passports together and whatnot. And Madea mentions how she's illegal in 92 countries and there ain't no way she's going to some Bahamas. And then Bam just quietly asks, is there going to be an open bar? Tiffany's like, of course. And Medea's like, oh yeah, we're going to the Bahamas. And Joe lets out a laugh. So yeah, they're going. I mean, open bar. Come on now. It's Madea and the crew. They're going. So from there, they get on the plane. And Medea's, mad about not being in first class. Apparently, they're in middle class or coach, not sure. But she's not a big fan of how uncomfortable the seats are, especially with, her and Bam and Cora in the same row. And once they land, they get to this fancy hotel. I gotta admit, it looks pretty nice. And hey, I can't blame her. And apparently, it was brought to my attention, I believe, in the comment section. Wasn't it a few weeks ago when they dropped like a teaser promo? Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago where they dropped a like 30-second teaser. And I remember asking the question of, I know Tyler said he would start using like AI. He saw that Sora AI or whatever, where you can just talk into the device and it would just create the location that you verbally speak. That cuts the need of traveling expenses and things like that. And in the comments, somebody from the movie production said, oh, hey, this is actual location. Like they went to the location. I'm like, holy crap. So I believe they went to the Bahamas for this movie. And that kind of makes me even more excited to watch it because it's a beautiful hotel. The exterior shots throughout this entire trailer look great. I think we see, ocean and yachts and things of that nature. So it's pretty cool. It really is. Now from there, Xavier is excited for the bachelor party at a club. And he's telling Brown and Joe about how, oh yeah, it's about to be lit. Lit? So we're talking about some praying and singing and whatnot. And Joe's like, oh yeah, there's going to be some dancing and singing, all right. And then you got this group of ladies coming up to him and they dance and Joe's just enjoying himself. Brown is freaking out. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't often, well then again, it's been a while since I really sat down and watched any of these Madea films, but we don't really see Joe and Brown interact that much. I think one of the few times that I remember these two really just kind of having, you know, one-on-one time was at the beginning of Homecoming, when Brown is trying to get the grill set up for the family coming over for the graduation and whatnot, the graduation cookout, and then he ends up, you know, setting it on fire with way too much gasoline and whatnot. So that was the only time I really remember. But in this trailer, just seeing these two interact in the club is really cool. Now from there, you know, Madea is the one asking questions like, okay, like something isn't right about this. Aren't you concerned? And Deborah has zero concern about this, you know, hasty wedding whatsoever. And the longer the trailer goes on, Madea is getting more and more suspicious about, like, I don't know, something ain't right. And then Cora's like, we just drop it in O. I'll drop you. We get other, you know, shots of Junior about to ride a donkey. BJ, Brian Jr. And Madea, with her sage wisdom, goes like, you know what? If you don't have trust in marriage, you have nothing. And basically, you know, you need to just open your arms out wide and take whatever life, you know, brings your way. And we have another scene where, you know, Xavier is at the bachelor party, seemingly having a good time. Tiffany, I guess she shows up to the party, or maybe she sees or hears something suspect, like maybe Xavier's messing around with other women at the bachelor party. I don't know. Maybe before their respective bachelor and bachelorette parties, they agreed, you know, hey, like no strippers or anything like that. It's just basically have fun with the family or whoever, but that's it. But no, Xavier probably lives it up, you know, one last time before he says I do. But Tiffany, you know, isn't for that. And then the trailer ends with everybody trying to get Madea to go down a water slide after Brown does, but she doesn't want to do it. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, this just seems like a fun movie, you know, something to, honestly, I think based on the trailer and the release date, and this is just me thinking out loud, maybe Tyler is releasing it, well, actually Netflix, because Tyler makes content. The different platforms decide when to release it, but it seems like we're getting this more lighthearted Tyler Perry project before we dive into Sister Season 9, where based off that trailer, we're in for a lot of drama. So maybe this is a good palate cleanser before we get into the nonstop drama of Sisters. So with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in and being patient with me for getting this trailer breakdown out a bit later than I usually do. But hey, you know, it's been a busy week, but I am back on track for the most part. Last night, got all my Beyond the Gates episode reviews up. I finally watched House of Pain, got that review up. Before doing this trailer, due to a bad storm delaying Wi-Fi, so I couldn't watch it or finish the episode, I did watch the almost hour-long episode of Divorced Sisters episode 2, and now you got this trailer breakdown. So, with that being said, let me know if you're excited for this film next month. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.